Okay, welcome to this tutorial where I review the requirements for the Google Docs assignment entitled My Favorite Place. I will set up every assignment page the same, where you'll have a header, which you'll learn how to do, where I will include the unit, what specifically we're working on, and a title, and I even add an icon to kind of solidify things. And so when you go down, there'll be a box, and again, I'll reiterate or repeat what unit, what we're working on specifically, so that you can kind of keep track. This one is Unit 1, and we titled Unit 1 Productivity. Remember, we have the signs in the room. Unit 1 Productivity with using Google Drive apps. If you continue down, we're going to use a couple different apps while we're in this unit. App number 1 is Google Docs. Google Docs is a word processing app. I know some of you might say, Miss D, I've already been assigned. I've used Google Drive, Google Docs to make assignments for other teachers. So that's wonderful, but hopefully somewhere in my requirements, I've asked you to do something that maybe you didn't know how to do before. So let's proceed through. The assignment down below will tell you overall what you're doing, and the assignment is describe your favorite place. Underneath the assignment is the task, which is a little bit more specific than the assignment. The assignment's pretty general. The task says you use Google Docs to write a 2-paragraph essay describing your favorite place. Within this work, you will insert a picture to strengthen your words for the reader. So the assignment is your favorite place. If you look at your task, it's going to be a little bit more specific. Underneath that, I will always be a little bit more specific with the requirements for whatever project it is. And so for this project, you'll see that I've bolded specific things you need to include to show me with word processing, things like margins and headers and footers. Please don't just look at the bolded. Please also continue reading along as I give you additional information for each category. In the bottom, for everything you do in here, it will say submit to Polaris. There'll be a drop box there, and that's where you will drop your final work. And so let's go through the specific requirements, and just so you hear exactly what you need to do. This overall assignment is 25 points. Up here, I've told you that. Down below, after each item, it tells you how many points it's worth. There is no reason that you should not earn the 25 points. Everyone should come out of this assignment earning all 25 points. You just need to be careful that you include all required items. And so let's take a look. The first thing is margins. It says using page setup in the file menu, set the document margins to 1 inch on all sides. Oops. Second, header. Using the insert menu, create a header that includes your name aligned to the right. 3, footer. Using the insert menu, create a footer that includes the page number aligned to the right. Spacing. Set the line spacing to double. Font and size. Using the font or the format toolbar, set the font to Times New Roman and the point size to 12. Title. Type title on the first line and use the format toolbar to change the text to boldface and center it. Keep the font size 12. A couple things here for language arts. One, I reminded you to keep the font size 12. Sometimes students make it super big, and if you're writing a formal paper, which we're going to this assignment is kind of practicing a formal paper, please keep the font size the same as the rest of your paper. The other thing is students like to just title their work the same as the assignment. Please don't just title it My Favorite Place. Please try to come up with something a little bit more creative. Down further, you're going to include 2 paragraphs, as we said above. The first paragraph should describe your favorite place at 5 sentences. Could it be more? Yes, it could, but you need to have 5. Be sure to include at least 3 senses. So what do you see? What do you hear? What do you taste? What do you touch? Those kinds of things might help you as you're trying to describe this favorite place. When I get done reading the paragraph, by doing your passion for this place should shine through. Your second paragraph, after you described it in the first, will explain why this is your favorite place. Again, it needs to be at least 5 sentences. And here I'm asking you to think about, if you're like, I'm not sure what to write there. Think about things such as, what do you do when you're there? How it makes you feel, some of your memories, some of your hopes. It could be other things as well, but those are some sentence starters to maybe help you come up with ideas to explain why it's your favorite place. You'll also insert an image somewhere. This image should enhance your words. So if you're talking about a specific place or a specific building, maybe you use that picture. You decide, but somehow it should support what you're saying. Again, your paragraph should help me feel your passion for this wonderful chosen place. Lastly is proofreading. And initially, you're not going to be able to do this, but in a couple days, as we work through and you have work done, you're going to have a peer review your work. In the end, though, after they've reviewed it, you should be the final proofreader for your work. Things you should check for are like spelling, punctuation, grammar. I don't expect it to be perfect, but please try to eliminate as much spelling, punctuation, and grammar errors as you can. If you've done all of those things and you add up the points, it should be 25 points. Have fun, and please note that if some of these things you're still not sure how to do, we'll talk about them in class, and there is a different video where I walk you through the specific items step by step.